Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Thursday, April 21st. Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying, welcome to today's show. Let's get our rituals out of the way. Okay, see that little red thing called the subscribe button? If you haven't already clicked on it, please do so. Like the videos. Watch varsitysportsnetwork.org. Sign up for their YouTube channel to also. Twitter, Florida, capital L, capital X. Facebook, FLA, LAX, NEWS. Welcome to the show. Last night we started with the boys 1A bracket. Not every game was played last night. There are 2 games scheduled for today, just so you know if you're looking for a result. Berlin hosting American Heritage Plantation and Oak Hall hosting South Walton are scheduled for today, not last night. So you're not going to hear those results. Okay, let's start up in Region 1. Bowls shutting out Providence 19-0. Kind of expected that Bowls would win the game easy. No surprise there. Number 4 Menendez lost 13-4 to number 5 Episcopal School of Jacksonville. Not really a surprise there either. Menendez winning a relatively weak district, playing an Episcopal school that's very highly ranked internally by the FHSAA. So Episcopal on to the next round. One of the more interesting games last night, number 3 Gulf Breeze hosting number 6 Maclay. Maclay coming away with the 12-8 win. I was in and out on that one on NFHS. 4-4 in the first. Actually was pretty tight, and then Maclay pulled away a little bit in the second half. Gulf Breeze tried to make a run late, couldn't quite get there. Watching the game, the thing that kind of jumped out at me was Gulf Breeze was not trying to get inside as much as they should have. They were settling for outside shots, and unfortunately for them, they were sort of missing the cage quite a bit when they got their looks. So, congrats to Maclay going on the road and winning a game like this with all the injuries they've had. Gulf Breeze is, again, a program on the way up. It's going to have to learn how to win these types of games, but gave a very, very nice effort last night. In Region 2, Benjamin with the easy win over Jensen Beach, 1-8. On the number 4 side, Windermere Prep was handled comfortably by St. Edwards. We expected that coming in. Windermere, similar situation, winning a relatively weak district, and St. Edwards being number 1 at one point during the year in 1A in the state. Not surprising that they came away with that win. And then two very interesting games. I was watching on the Brevard Sports Network last night. We had Holy Trinity knocking off Bishop Moore 9-5 at home. Holy Trinity is the number 2. Bishop Moore is the number 7. Brevard does a really nice job with the broadcasts. I certainly encourage people to check that out when they get a chance if they want to watch a live game. The thing that was interesting about the game was, Holy Trinity played a decent game, but to be honest, their decision making at times was a little questionable, and Bishop Moore was not able to put away looks inside. They actually missed a lot of occasions where they would have had an open look inside. So Holy Trinity has got some work to do before the next game, which is going to be against Montverde, who held on for the 12-11 win at Lake Highland Prep. Teams played 3 times this year. The road team won all 3 games. I haven't debriefed the coaches yet on this one, so I don't know exactly how it played out. But that's going to set up Holy Trinity hosting Montverde next week. And I had made a promise to Brevard I would go up and do that game with them. And I'm certainly looking forward to see the crowd and how that's going to play out. Certainly, Holy Trinity is going to have some work to do to handle one of the powers in the state this year. And Holy Trinity is having a great year too. But as those who have watched my broadcasts on VSN know that I thought Montford, if they had won their district, should have been ranked ahead of Holy Trinity in the power rankings. So we got a very intriguing matchup coming up next week. Congratulations to both teams doing what they needed to do to get through. And now we're down to 4 there too. In Region 3, Jesuit is hosting Cypress Creek. Jesuit knocked off Cypress Creek 19-4. No surprise there. In the 4-5 game, the Canterbury number at 5 knocking off Osceola 13-4. Excuse me again. No real surprise there. Osceola sliding by and winning their district in triple overtime. But Canterbury's resume was stronger coming into the playoffs, and not surprising there. Community School continuing their really hot performance in the 2-7 game, taking out Bishop Faroe 17-6. And more and more, they look like they could certainly be quite a matchup for Jesuit too. Cardinal Mooney knocks off St. Stephen's 21-3. The 3 beating the 6. Again, not really a huge surprise there. And on to Region 4. St. Andrews, number 1, shutting out Westminster Christian, number 8, 14-0. Gulliver in the 4-5 game lost 11-5 to number 5 Pinecrest. Again, not a terrible surprise there. Pinecrest has been a top 5-6 team the entire season in the rankings. And truly the game of the night was Oxbridge and St. John Paul going to double overtime. Oxbridge pulling it out in the second overtime with 2 seconds left in the game. St. John Paul had a man up in that second overtime, could not get the game winner. Oxbridge in possession late in the game, made an attempted goal. It was saved by the Pope goalie, but Oxbridge made a steal of the outbound pass and converted it to the winning goal with 2 seconds left. I know coaching staffs hate to hear this, but what a fabulous effort by St. John Paul just a week after losing their district final to Oxbridge 11-4. I wish I was there to see that one. Wish it was a broadcast that I could have gotten. Just a great matchup in the first round of the brackets. Okay, before we go on to tonight's games, we had some college games last night. The Sunshine State Conference on the men's side, number 1 Tampa, knocking off Embry-Riddle 20-10. Colin White, 3 goals and an assist for Tampa. Coleman Jacobs, 3 goals for Embry-Riddle. Full schedule on the women's side. And again, as we said yesterday, 5 teams vying for the 4 playoff spots, all ranked very close to each other in the national poll. In one key game, Tampa knocked off Embry-Riddle 17-6. Sarah Hinkle and Lizzie Pierpoint, 5 goals each for Tampa. Zariah Durham, 2 goals for Embry-Riddle, and also I believe Sally Squire also had 2 goals. Zariah, Dr. Phillips grad, Sally Naples grad. We had Florida Southern knocking off Florida Tech 20-6. Madison Tari, 5 goals, 1 assist for Florida Southern. Jennifer Boyle, 3 goals and assists for Florida Tech. Lynn knocks off Palm Beach Atlantic. Important win for them. Flanagan's Diane Doler, 5 goals and 1 assist for Lynn. And South Fork's Anna Lascaris with 3 goals for Palm Beach Atlantic. And in another important game, Rollins knocking off St. Leo 19-11. Trinity Prep's Taylor Kindly, 6 goals for Rollins. Melissa Reeves, 3 goals and an assist for St. Leo. Today, the Kaiser women are at Thomas More in the NAIA playoffs. And on Thursday, the Kaiser men will be traveling to Reinhardt for their, I believe, conference playoff game. Okay, now let's get to the girls' side tonight. Number 1, okay, Region 1, 2A. Bartram Trail, number 1, will be hosting number 8 Buchholz. I don't expect any trouble for Bartram Trail in that game. Number 4-5 game, Niceville will be hosting Oviedo. It's going to be a tough one for Niceville. Great season, won the district. Oviedo has been a top team in the rankings most of the year, and this is going to be a very tough one for Niceville to pull out. I expect Oviedo to win this one. Then we get to Ponte Vedra, number 3, hosting number 6 Creekside. They played during the regular year back on March 29th. Ponte Vedra of the 18-4 win. It's going to be quite a challenge for Creekside to reverse that score. And then we get to what is actually intriguingly probably the game of the night in the region, even though when you look at it, Lake Mary, the number 2 seed, hosting Lake Brantley, the number 7 seed. They've actually played twice this year already. Lake Mary of the 14-11 win in the regular season and the 13-12 win in the district. So even though this is a 2-7 matchup, this is pretty close to a pick'em type game, and don't be surprised if Lake Brantley becomes the first 7 seed, I think, to win in the playoff season. Okay, now we get down to Region 2. Number 1, Vero Beach. Number 8, Winter Park. I don't expect any trouble for Vero Beach there. We've got number 4, Eastridge, and number 5, Vieira. They're relatively closely ranked. They did not play in the regular season. Vieira is the 13th ranked team. Eastridge is 21, the Florida high school rankings. Eastridge with the home field. Should be a pretty tight game, and we'll see who pulls it out. We have number 2, Haggerty, and number 7, Boone. They didn't play. I don't expect Haggerty to have much of an issue this game. Boone had a great record, but against a weak schedule. And then number 6, Windermere, is traveling the number 3 Celebration. Windermere beat them in the regular season 12-9. They are ranked relatively tightly. I wouldn't be surprised if Windermere won again, but I expect a tight game, and let's see who pulls it out. Okay, down to Region 3. Steinbrenner at number 1, hosting Wiregrass number 8. Should be no issue for them. They beat Wiregrass 20-2 in the district playoff. Expect something kind of similar tonight. We've got number 4, Gulf Coast, hosting number 5, Plant. Back on February 25th, it was an 18-11 Plant win, I believe, at home. Plant has been ranked higher than them all year. Plant losing in their district while Gulf Coast won theirs. I expect Plant to pull out the game, but it won't be a huge margin. Okay, and then we have number 3, Riverview Sarasota, hosting number 6, Sickles. They did not play this year. Interesting matchup, very tightly ranked in both the FHSAA and the outside ranking. And so kind of expect a close game with this one. Try to see if I can catch a little bit of this tonight. And number 2, Newsom, hosting number 7, Manatee. They did not play. I expect Newsom to come away with a win. Manatee had a very nice season, but Newsom has had a really good season, has been top 10 the whole year, and expect them to win at home. Okay, down to Region 4. We've got St. Thomas hosting number 8, Palmetto. I don't expect much trouble for St. Thomas in that one. In the number 4-5 game, Cypress Bay is going to be hosting number 5, Western. Cypress Bay pulled out an 8-7 win over Western back on March 1st. They're ranked pretty closely in both the rankings. Expect another close game, and we'll see if Western can find a way to turn it around. Number 2, Boca Raton is hosting number 7, Wellington. Back on March 10th, Boca came away with a 16-5 win. I pretty much expect that they'll be able to find a way to win this one too. And then we have number 3, Palm Beach Central, hosting number 6, Stoneman. Back on March 2nd, Palm Beach Central won a 14-13 game. Expect another close one. They're both relatively ranked well in both agencies. And you're going to have an interesting matchup there. So we've got some pretty good matchups to go out and see. Obviously, there's going to be some blowouts, but that as we mentioned yesterday, don't get turned off by blowouts in playoff games. I went through the New York State brackets yesterday on this show from 2019, the last time they played state, and I can tell you there were blowouts in the state semifinals. There were plenty of blowouts in the state quarterfinals. And this is supposed to be New York, where everyone's supposed to be really great at lacrosse. We are just equal on a par with them. We're really getting there. And don't be dismayed because there are blowouts in this thing. It's not important that every single game be close. We continue to build depth in this state. New teams come on. We probably have, I didn't even check this. I should probably check this. If we have even as many schools playing as New York does, I mean, I'll try to check that today. We're on the right path. So get out to a game, support the kids. One thing I've kind of forgotten to say, I've said it in years past. For the teams that lose tonight, for the seniors who are moving on, just wanted to thank you for all of your efforts, the coaches, the parents, whatever, your club program, and mostly yourselves for all the hard work that you've put in. It's always a joy for us to cover you as you go on. And hopefully, if you're going to play at the next level, we'll be able to stay in touch and keep in touch and watch how you progress. If you're done with lacrosse, good luck in whatever the future holds for you. And we wish you all the best. And thank you for all that you have done to entertain the lacrosse community down here. Okay, if you're getting out to a game, take a friend to a game, #TaftTag. Enjoy yourselves, lay off the refs, grow the game, respect the game, honor the game. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying so long from the Sunshine State.